infrastructure work, drilling and blasting, roads, mining, moving over 30 million tons of materials each year, hundreds of projects across the country, 60 years of experience and seniority, over 100 units of the world's state-of-the-art heavy equipment, operated by well-trained, responsible personnel. The Earthmoving Division, among Israel's leading companies engaged in the field of earth-moving and infrastructure work, proudly continues the endeavor of creating the infrastructure and promoting the development of industry in the land of Israel. It all began with the vision of one man, Avraham Bondi Livnat. In 1948, with the declaration of the State of Israel, Bondi led many of the supply convoys to the besieged Jerusalem. In 1952, Bondi owned a fleet of 4 trucks and a bulldozer, and by 1955, he had established Taavura. During the past half-century, the Earthmoving Division has taken an active part in the building and development of the country, while turning the Zionist vision of the settlement in the land of Israel into a reality. The significant contribution of the Earthmoving Division is apparent in its grand-scale projects, including the creation of infrastructure for roads and bridges all across the country. The Earthmoving Division has always known how to cope with huge challenges of international proportions. From the Timna and Rotem mines, the Kisufim Road, preparing infrastructure for water reservoirs, laying the foundation for settlements in the Galilee and the Golan Heights, infrastructure for new immigrant housing, the Trans-Israel Highway, and many more. Over the years, the strict adherence to the highest standards and the division's vast professional experience have transformed the Earthmoving Division into Israel's largest and most advanced infrastructure and earthmoving company.
אין לי ארץ אחרת. אני מקווה שגם הנכדים ככה ינהגו. המדינה הזו יקרה לנו.
Currently, the Earthmoving Division employs 100 workers and owns over 100 units of state-of-the-art heavy equipment at its disposal and is engaged in many projects across the country. The Earthmoving Division executes a wide variety of specific and multi-annual projects, but seeing is believing. In order to become better acquainted with the division, let me take you on a tour of some of our work sites. The Rotenberg Power Plant, Ashkelon. Here, the bulldozers pile and the loaders compress the coal for the loading and unloading crane, which feeds the coal to the power station. Since the establishment of the first coal power station in Israel until the present day, the division has transported over 170 million tons of coal and ash. The Nesher Ramle Quarry. Here, the main task is to mine limestone for the production of cement. The work begins with a network of safety drillings to a depth of 24 meters, which supports the work until the stone mine floor is reached. In total, the division executes 80,000 meters of drilling per year. Consequently, the division provides an optimal safety solution for the dangers inherent in the many caves and subterranean spaces. The work, performed 24/7, yields an output of 25,000 tons of limestone per day. In total, over the past 12 years, the division has supplied the plant with over 70 million tons of limestone. The Operations Center, Yorka'am. In the Rotem Plain, Oron, and Tzin area, The division executes the job of exposing layers of phosphate and moving the materials to the plant stockpiles, using earth movers with a 100-ton capacity. In total, during 1 year of work, the division transports over 3 million tons of phosphate to the plants. However, the massive and expansive job executed here is overburden removal. In such large-scale jobs, heavy equipment is required. This is the Liebherr 994 excavator, the largest hydraulic excavator in Israel, weighing in at 250 tons. Each year, the division removes in excess of 10 million cubic meters of overburden and phosphate. Here too, the work continues around the clock. Thousands of tons of phosphates are moved daily to plants, and from there to trucks and trains that make their way to the seaports. The trains reach the Ashdod port, where they are greeted by the Earthmoving Division. The division unloads the trains and places the materials from the warehouses onto the conveyor belt that moves them onto the ships. At the Hartuv Operations Center, the division executes drilling and blasting jobs, loading and hauling of the stone for the production of aggregates, mined materials, and limestone. Each year, the division blasts over 500 tons of explosives here. The division's museum is also located at the Hartuv Quarry, displaying the division's historical equipment. The Earthmoving Division executes its jobs in accordance with the highest standards, while strictly adhering to all safety regulations. The nature of the work and the heavy equipment require our maximal attention to the subject of safety. This includes professional training sessions, regular medical testing, safety drilling, close management supervision, and maintenance centers, where the heavy equipment is regularly maintained. At our division, safety is our top priority. Each year, the Division Safety Prize is awarded to the site which excels in this field. Environmental protection and preserving nature are also of great importance to the division. Trees are planted on the quarry terraces, and the piles of waste are designed to blend into the scenery. For our personnel, environmental awareness begins at home. Our employees cultivate the gardens and lawns at the operation centers and field camps. We could say that our people stand behind all our equipment and projects, but at the Earthmoving Division, our people stand front and center. The division is a melting pot of people who come from all sectors of Israeli society. All the site managers have grown and advanced on site, and most of them have operated the heavy equipment themselves and subsequently undergone management training. The division organizes its traditional annual conference, where the past and present generations of employees reminisce about their experiences. They know that there is no future without the past. We highlight the value of giving back to the community. Over the years, the volunteer efforts of the division's personnel have fostered a sense of moral responsibility for their fellow man. The division takes part in various projects that give back to the community. The division awards an annual prize to those who excel in their work.
אני רוצה משהו לומר מהלב. אנחנו חושבים, אני וחבריי המנהלים וגם העובדים, שיש לנו חלק ציוני בבניית הארץ, מהעבר אל ההווה ותקווה אל העתיד, בכל התחומים שקשורים לתעשייה ולתשתיות וליישוב הארץ ולקיבוץ הגלויות. היה לנו בעבר את חלקנו הרב ויהיה לנו את זה גם בעתיד, וזהו החזון אולי הגדול ביותר והתרומה הכי גדולה שלנו למדינה.
The division is closely attuned to the rapid development in the field of infrastructure work standards, both in Israel and the international arena. We continue to acquire the most advanced equipment, which enables efficient and convenient working conditions for the operators and the best results for our customers. Taavura's Earthmoving Division enthusiastically continues the process of building and developing the country and looks forward to its future. Taavura's Earthmoving Division will move mountains for you.